So to get started on the look, I've already prepped and primed my face, applied concealer, and also applied concealer right underneath the brow bone just to give it a slightly sharper, more airbrushed kind of clean look using the Kay Concealor in number 2. Now I'm also going to take the Too Faced Shadow Insurance in Candlelight, and we're just going to put this all over the eye. I'm not going to start off with Eden Primer Potion or anything like that. This is enough of a shadow base. And then just smooth that out from lid to brow bone. If this is too much sheen for you, but you'd like to try out this primer potion, I suggest doing just the gold towards the lid and then maybe doing a matte primer potion under the brow. I'm going to take the Urban Decay Book of Shadows number 4, which I think would also make a great Christmas gift. I'm going to go into this silvery toned eyeshadow first, which is Gunmetal Classic. If you have Urban Decay Naked 2, then you also already have this shade. But I'm going to take a little bit of Gunmetal, and we're just going to press that right on top of the eyelid. And then just sort of pat it on. This is just a smaller paddle brush for me, so it's taking me a little bit of time, but then I'm just going to turn it on its side. I'm going to raise on my brow just so the skin of the crease is taut, and then just smooth it around the crease. I'm going to take a little bit of Missionary, which is just sort of the taupey gray right here at the very bottom. If you have darker skin and you know Missionary won't work, you can always go into Bust. But I'm just going to take a fluffy kind of paddle brush, go into Missionary, and we're just going to smooth out the crease. This is just a very stiff blender, that way I make sure that the color really does go into the crease and not just diffuse the gray all over the place. I don't want it to look muddy. This is a very shimmery, fun look, partly due to the shadow insurance. So if you don't like where this is going, you can always use a more matte base and it won't be so shimmery. If you do like the shimmer but you can't afford the shimmery base I use, then you can always go to the e.l.f. I know that they came out with a few colors. Now I'm going to take Bust, and it's just this sort of darker taupey color. And we're just going to go into the very, very, very outer corner of the crease. I'm going to start wiggling that color around. And just the outer corner, just pull it in as to where you feel comfortable. I think if you take the crease too dark, it'll close up the eye, so I don't keep it pretty, maybe something that you can still wear on camera. I think this would look pretty in photos, but just pull it in about that far. Now if you blend really, really lightly, because the Too Faced Shadow Insurance in Candlelight sort of provides a bit of like a highlight, you may not need to do a highlight. It's up to you. This could be about as easy or as hard as you want to make the look, depending on how soft or how harsh you blend. But before we get to the brow bone, we're just going to be doing a little bit of Skimp, which is that light peachy shade. I want to draw up this outer corner just a teensy bit, just so that it's kind of level, barely using anything of a hue. Pop that into the outer corner, and then draw it up like so towards the inner crease. I kind of love that little added step if you're doing the inner tear duct, because it kind of helps it flow better. I think if you're just gonna do like a dollop of color right there in the inner tear duct without pulling it up, it sort of just looks like you got something in your eye, which I don't think is remotely attractive, but it's up to you. And then just to show you what I do right afterwards, because I don't think I ever cover this, remove any pigment that went down just a little too far, because you don't want the highlight to almost look like it's tearing down. So I just stick my finger in the makeup remover wipe, press it so that it stays level with where you're gonna place under eye liner if you're gonna place any. I'm gonna take a flat brush just to pack down a little bit of a brow highlight. We're gonna take Zephyr, which is just this kind of iridescent white. I'm not gonna coat the entire brow bone. I'm just going to place this at the peak of the arch. I love this kind of look where you leave a little bit of spaces open on the lid where there are no eyeshadows. It almost makes the look flow more organically. You can cover those areas with eyeshadow if you prefer. It'll just kind of make for a more painty look. So like so, and then I wouldn't take the white any further than right about here. If you take it too far in here, it takes on that painty look. Now for the outer corner, this part's totally optional. If you like this sort of lighter version of a smoky eye, I just call it quits. If you want to add a little bit of oomph, because maybe you've already worn this at work all day or you're going to a party, I would add a little bit of this blackened gold, which is Cobra. I like this shade in here a lot. It's actually from the black palette. It's a very unique black. Usually we get Perversion or Zero or something. So this is kind of fun. If you haven't tried the black palette yet, if you like Cobra, go out and see if you can swatch the black palette. It's really, really nice palette to have. Has a bunch of beautiful definer shades in it. It's primarily what I use it for, is accents and defining colors and outer corner colors. I'm going to just add that to the outer corner and then just barely tap it into the crease. Just do very quick little movements just to bring it into bust ever so slightly. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the 24/7 waterproof liquid eyeliner in Perversion, and this is already my second. These don't last, I guess you could say, too long. There's only a little bit in here. They last about 2 to 3 months, so it's not horrible. I've had liners last over 6 months, so. But I use these on like a daily basis, so. And then I'm just going to flick it up. Just like so. Just a tiny little fun cat eye. For the lower lash line, I'm going to do a white waterline, and we're just going to go over it with MAC Fascinating Eye Kohl. I'm going to do a few strokes to brighten it up. I do pull my eye out and away just a little bit, just so I don't poke myself in the eye. It's up to you if you want to do this. I know they recommend not pulling on your waterline. Now for the lower lash line, I'm going to go in with Mary Kay's waterproof liquid, or this is not waterproof, sorry. Mary Kay's Now for the lower lash line, I'm going to go in with Mary Kay's black liner. And we're just going to place that at the very base, just kind of wiggle it into the lashes. Now I'm going to set the lower lash line and the waterline with matte eyeshadows. I'm just going to go into the Wet n Wild I Love Matte. This is a good one to have on hand if you're always using waterlines and stuff like that because of all the matte shades. It's just a little safer to set it all with a stiff angled brush and matte as opposed to shimmer. And we're just going to set that with the white Browbone shade. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of this black definer color here at the bottom, and I'm just going to barely tap that on top of the black eyeliner just to set it. The black eyeliner move is purely optional. If you think you look great with white eyeliner and white eyeliner alone, you can end it there, but I think I look terrible with just white eyeliner, so I always do a little extra on the bottom. Now for the inner tear duct, when I was touching up the waterline, I actually thought it would be really great if I sort of made the eye pop a little bit more by carrying out the definer shade. So I just dipped into the Browbone color and I just dabbed a little bit of that in the inner tear duct. Barely like stroke it up. I want this to be more connected to the waterline than connected to the rest of the highlight. So I just did that, and then I applied my Too Faced Size Queen mascara, and now I'm going to put on the Kiss No. 5 lashes and my Mary Kay Time Wise foundation, Luminous Wear in Ivory No. 4, and we'll be back with the rest of the face. I'm going to take Ice Princess, which is now permanent in the Pumpkin and Poppy Cosmetics line. It's just a really inexpensively gorgeous highlight, icy creamy white. It's got silver and red glitter in it, so it's perfect for the holidays. I already have a blog post review of it. But I'm going to put a little bit of this on as a highlighter just using my e.l.f. Mineral Eye Blending Brush. Just right about there, kind of underneath the eye. And that will just give us a gorgeous highlight. Now I'm going to take MAC's The Soft Meow, and we're just going to put on a little bit of that contour, cool tone contour basically, and we're just going to take the e.l.f. stippling brush and then blend that back. If you're very warm tone like I am and you're working with these cooler toned icy shades, I think it's important to mix in some warmer neutrals so that the look kind of stays together with your own coloring. And I'm going to take a warmy blush, and I'm going to take MAC's Peachy Keen, but any frosty orangey corally color will do. I'm going to take some of that up on the e.l.f. blender brush. I'm just using the same brush I used for my face powder, my highlight, my contour, because it just gives everything a more organic blend to the face. Now for glitter eyeliner, I'm just going to take Urban Decay's Heavy Metal Liquid Eyeliner. I think they still make these. If they don't, maybe they repackage them, but I'm going to be taking Glam Rock. It's just a basic silver, so feel free to take any other basic silver. I know NYX makes them. Anything will be fine. So I'm just going to go underneath the eye. And I like to do this after most of my face makeup is on, so I can kind of see if it's even going to work, be attractive, or if the glitter would be too much. That way also when I put on my foundation, I don't have any glitter in it. So whenever I add like little steps like glitter, I like to go last. I know some people might disagree on this one because they'd like to do the glitter before they do their foundation, but glitter eyeliner generally doesn't move. So that kind of helps with the whole theme. I'm going to take MAC's Lip Liner in Mouth Off. It's just a pretty coral color. Line my lips and fill them in. I'm going to take Mary Kay's Cream Lipstick in Pink Satin, and it's just a nice yellow toned pink. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of Mary Kay's Nourish lip gloss, and they're coming out with new, I think it's Nourish Plus, more pigmented, I believe, version of these. And I'm just going to put on Pink Diamonds. These aren't too pigmented, they're sheer, but pigmented or not, I love the formula because it's very glossy and nourishing and hydrating. So I hope that you enjoyed this look, and thanks for watching.